Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Mega 64 live on a Friday.
I need a job. Zoil trampotation. What the fuck is trampoptation? So what the fuck is trampoptation? Am I fucking high? Is that a word? Trampoptation. Why is his license plate? Lol. You wrote it. No, I did not.
And I got a job following fat people around with a...
Fuck you. Alright, that's it for the Reddit. Nice. Alright, boys. What is this? Skyrim, but it's brain rot.
Hey, you're finally woke. You were trying to hop the border, right? Gridded right into that Imperial mob, same as us. And that beta over there.
Phantom, you stormcucks. Skibidi was fine until you rizzed along. Simpire was chill AF. If you weren't Malding, I could have copped that whip and been halfway to Gunnerfell. You there, you and me. We shouldn't be here for real on gods. It's these stormcucks the Simpire wants.
We're all gooners and stepsisters in binds now, Rizzler.
This is so fucking dumb, bro. This is so fucking stupid. What is this? Random guy kisses I show speed on the lips in Bulgaria.
Let me grab it! Oh! What the fuck was that?
That's great! That's assault, bro!
The fuck? Is that a thing y'all do about Bulgaria?
Bro's just fucking assaulted. That's fucking crazy. Can I do that to you? Listen, man. Hey, my reaction might not be as friendly if you to do that. If you would do that to me, just saying.
We are fairly confident that the Ottoman Empire existed, but without any SEC college football championships to its name, historians often debate if it was ever really relevant. Despite controlling much of the Middle East in its heyday, it's very doubtful that the Sultan and the vast armies at his command could have done much against the unstoppable offense of the 2019 LSU Tigers, or the suffocating defense.
Fuck this shit, man. No, we're not watching this.
Restaurant.
But this is live right now?
Should be right there, yeah?
He's in Bulgaria.
Yo, move.
Bro, his fans are too much, chat.
This is your bathroom and your table.
Damn.
Do you like it?
Wow.
Damn!
You guys threw it down. Holy guacamole.
Holy...
Where the people at, though?
Buffet, bro.
Damn, they threw it down.
Hey, I might go to Bulgaria.
Holy shit.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I bet. Where we going?
The chef wants to take a selfie, bro.
Be quiet. I have a question.
Bro.
I have a question.
There's so many.
Shut up. I have a question. I have a question, okay? How do you say book in Bulgarian? Nigga! Bro, no! I can't keep doing this shit! And Paulie, y'all doing this shit too! Keep calling me niggas and shit! No, you just called me a nigga, bro!
No, I don't. Speak. I'm black too. My mom is from Nigeria. I can go with this because in Bulgaria.
You is white and a... Your mom is not from Nigeria, bro.
Speak. He's from Nigeria. Let me speak.
Bro, is it? Bro, y'all really say nigga?
So hard, man.
No. It's good. With gay. With nigga.
Nah, fuck that. I'm out.
Oh my god, man.
What? Nigga! Nah, this shit crazy, bro.
It might be darker than me, honestly.
Ask him a simple fucking thing. Bro, come here. How you say book in Bulgarian?
Book. Bobonechka.
See? Exactly. Why they talking about nigga?
Because they are racist. You know what?
I knew it, bro. No. See, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I knew they was capping. Oh, shit. Oh, what the hell?
Oh!
What the fuck? Hey!
But this shit what he told me doing while he's moderating chat, so I know for sure, bro.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah! Yes! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo!
Keep up with him, bro. He's that grittying. That against Sterling, bro.
Yes!
Bro.
That's a real, what is that?
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, yes, yes. Yeah. Hell yeah. No? This. Oh yeah, Chad. Like a real Bulgarian.
Damn, bro.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at the little
son.
elf shoes. They got
my
little
shirt.
shoes, bro.
This is true.
Dude, this kind of looks good on him. I fuck with this. Nah, don't put that hat on him though. Ain't no way they're gonna put the hat on him.
This one? It fits. Okay? It fits.
Bro, big ass head, bro.
300 degrees out here, I'm dressed like Santa.
Oh shit. Nah, he looks fucking cold,
Like
bro.
somebody special. Step, kick, step, 2, 3.
Hey, Bro, look like a smurf.
All right.
Why did they put fake on that hat to only make him wear it?
Step, kick.
Wait, why?
Step, eat.
Nah, that's hard.
Yes, come on. Chad, it's hotter than a goddamn. Whew.
Dude, he's dying.
Comes on me though.
How hot is it in Bulgaria right now, chat?
Thank you.
37.
I look pretty damn neat, don't I, Chad? I look pretty damn neat. All right, so let's try some Bulgarian food, y'all. Excuse me, can I get a water, please? Oh, a what?
Cold big one?
Yeah, cold big one.
Okay.
Cold big one.
If I bring you water, will you take one picture with me?
Oh, damn right I will. You're damn right I will. All right, Chad, which one is the best one? Which one is the best one? Put it in there. Oh, I did it wrong. Good.
Show you one thing.
Yeah, show
Bro,
me.
he's like an actual
Yeah, show
animal,
me.
man. It's that, bro, I swear to God.
Powerful salt. So you take one piece of bread and you dip it in it.
Oh, so you do this?
Yeah, and you dip it.
Dip it where? In that?
No. And this
What's that, cinnamon?
powerful salt. That's how we call it. Not that much, but
Oh, it's a lot?
try it.
All right.
Just try it. You like it? It's good?
Hell yeah.
We know.
Damn!
He reminds me of
Caesar
Carter
sauce?
from
What is
Rush
this?
Hour. You know what I mean? That's the energy Speed always giving off.
Original.
Everything's very good. Very damn good.
This is my bag.
Bro, it makes
No,
me
it's not. No, it's not. That's mine.
eating. Like,
No,
you
that's-
eat, bro.
This is my bag.
No, nah, seriously, I put that right there in the beginning of the thing. Yeah?
Are they trying to steal from him?
I think that's mine. So she just took my bag.
Sorry, just before you go, one picture with me.
Yeah.
And one greeting after that.
What?
One greeting for my Okay.
Alright, that's enough of that. Jesus Christ, bro. He's getting swarmed up. That's crazy.
Friday afternoon. You're here with the boys. We're having fun. About to discuss some hot topics for y'all. We thank you for joining us. And before we get started, we want to say that if you enjoy this show, if you're a regular supporter of this show and you want to help us out, help us keep us in business doing what we do, you can support us. Shop.mega64.com, where you can pick up Mega 64 Nighttime, the Mega 64 Nighttime Blu-ray, and the Unboxing Blu-ray. Now, both of those are going to be leaving the store soon because by golly, we're selling out of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's the hottest ticket item of the summer. Speaking of mega summer events, we are also going to be at PAX West in Seattle next weekend. You can find us there. In fact, 1 week from today, we will be delivering our panel, Mega 64 as a Service. Is that what the panel's called?
Yes. Mega 64 Panel as a Service.
Panel as a Service, where we will be showing some new videos and getting up to all of our crazy shenanigans that we are known for over at PAX. And we have a special announcement just this week. Tickets went on sale for Mega 64 Movie Night. We've never done something like this. We're experimenting with going and hosting a movie screening of our content. We're going to be showing Mega 64 version 4.1, Revenge Direction, our feature-length movie. Live and in person. We'll all be there at the Lodge in Los Angeles. Tickets are available right now. You can go to our social media or go to the Lodge's website. VIP packages are available as well if you want to get some extra exclusive merchandise and do a meet and greet with us. Seats are limited, so get them while you still can.
We're also going to be showing some other rare video stuff in addition to version 4.1.
Wow.
So there's a whole night planned for that. So
This is up in
you definitely want to be there.
up in LA?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Los Angeles and all the people from the surrounding areas, the Zonies, the
Bronies.
the Nevadadians, the Bronies, yes, Oregonies. People from Oregon might
Yeah.
make the trip down. They might just hop on the plane back. from
Patagonians.
PAX, hanging onto the wings like fucking Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible style. I gotta go to the movie night. So, secure your seat while you can.
Yes.
I'm over Tom Cruise's stunts.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Am I crazy?
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's just all I hear about is you're not gonna believe it. Tom Cruise did next. Like, I will believe it. I believe everything you tell me because he does crazy stunts, but I don't care. And like, did we already talk about the Olympic closing ceremony? How he
we did.
on top of the building jumped off like it's like you're not cool. This is not cool.
You're not cool.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
You riding a motorcycle? You're not cool.
Motorcycles are cool.
I'm so sorry. I think my phone is blowing up like there's an emergency. I have to take a call.
Okay, allowed.
Oh,
But
it's Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise's people.
If it's Tom Cruise's people, dude, then I honestly wouldn't be surprised. But it's just, I watch all the Mission Impossible movies. I watch them all, and I kind of laugh at it a little bit, where it's like, this fucking guy. Now you're doing this, huh?
Of all the reasons to despise and hate Tom Cruise, of which there are so many, I feel like you picked the one thing he does that's actually cool.
I think that
He's a psychopathic Scientologist.
I know.
He's
man.
this weird,
I'm not
fucking
on
weird
board.
Hollywood elite, like
Yeah.
Botox to hell, fucking
he looks
Frankenstein celebrity who refuses to let anybody else have the spotlight.
Yeah.
But the stunts are cool.
Do you remember the Tom Cruise video that always made me laugh was that when there was that brief moment in like 2020 where they really thought movie theaters could come back.
Yeah.
And they tried to put Tenet out, and there was that video of Tom Cruise going like, we're back at the movies. Yeah, it's so great being back at the movies. And he's like wearing it practically is like Darth Vader mask. Like he's wearing this mask with all these gear. And it's funny because it has all these valves, and it was like just the week that the whatever organization came out and was like, yeah, don't wear stuff that has valves that fire air outward. Like that's not safe.
Oh!
So he was going, we're back at the movie.
What do you mean? The mask is not supposed to have valves. Who farted? Who the fuck farted?
I will find out who farted, and you will not work in Hollywood again.
Actually, I think I'll always have some goodwill for Tom Cruise because he did launch an investigation to find out who farted on the set of Valkyrie.
Yes.
And then
But-
did they find out? Did we ever get
The
a?
investigation is still ongoing. This is like Black Dahlia.
Yeah, but worse.
Brown Dahlia.
Yeah, Brown Dahlia.
Theme song. Well, Garrett has informed us that he has to take care of some top secret business right now, and we wish him the best with that. So you're getting a 3-man show today.
I'm gonna change my camera, Johnny. What looks the best?
What? Could we scoot over you a little bit too?
I'm good where I'm at, but thank you. I appreciate it. Looking out for me.
All right. Well, me and Rocco will cuddle a little bit.
How's this?
Okay, and then.
Is that better?
Oh man.
Hold on, guys. This is filmmaking in progress. There.
we got blindsided.
Our audio listeners.
Is that good?
Welcome. Hey, audio listeners. You hear the chair bouncing around? I mentioned this in the pre-show, but we do have patreon.com/mega64, and right now we are taking questions and subject matters to talk about on this show. If you are a patron, if you support us, you can go over there right now. You can have direct access to us. You can kind of control the show. It's like interactive video game style. Woo! Role-playing game, RPG, tabletop.
This is going to be the rest of the podcast. We go, woo! Dark mage, light mage, woo!
Light mage, level up, experience.
This is us
proxy deck.
DMing a Dungeons and Dragons game by ourselves.
The Konoptic case fell into the worms.
That's not how D&D goes. It's been a while since I played.
20 hours of D&D.
I forget. Yeah. I had fun doing it though, to be honest with you. Like I realized once I fully understood what D&D was, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think D&D gets a bad rap. You know, it's always like,
so?
Yeah, it's always talked like, oh, like talked about like, it's like, oh, it's that nerd. I don't know what that is. And then you play, it's like, this is a fun group experience. People are, these, you know what? Too negative people. They're too negative.
Jocks. You gotta leave the jock table at lunch.
Yeah, but I'm just so talented when it comes to sports that they want me to sit with them.
You are talented when it comes to sports.
I know.
I don't think you play sports anymore, but I remember when we was in high school when you showed off. You were like, what, center field, right field on the baseball?
I tried. Well, here's the thing is I never actually played baseball in high school.
Why not?
Because
you were good. Why didn't you try out?
The baseball boys they weren't the nicest people.
The same people who say Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, those people. And then I had the thought like, well, the spring musical is happening and the baseball tryouts are happening, so I'm gonna try out for both, and then we'll see.
And then do a spring musical about baseball.
And that's what I did. I auditioned and I got cast as a baseball player in the play, and well, that settled itself. And
hey,
you
guys were both in the musical Damn Yankees. Do you remember any of the songs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Prove it.
So which one do you want to do?
I don't know any of the songs. So
whatever Lola wants, bump bump bump. Lola gets bump
How do they rock
bump,
and nothing separating us but air. But then I thought about the game. The game. Then I thought about the game. The game. Booze and broads may be great, but and I thought about the game.
He thought about the game. And then there's who went down the puff of smoke? Shoeless Joe from Hannibal Mo. Song of the back to the IDO.
There's
Shoeless
rap
Joe
in
from
there?
Hannibal Mo.
They rap in that show? What? I didn't know they rapped in that show.
Anyways, we killed it. That was in the year. What year was that? 2000.
I think that was 99.
Was
no,
that? No. It was 2000.
Yeah,
that was
2000.
last century.
2000.
Yeah, it was.
Well done. Round of applause,
Thank you. We still have what it takes.
I was in that show. I was the commissioner. I was the judge.
Yeah.
I was the judge. So I was in the opening song just in plain clothes for a minute, where it was our wives complaining that we watched the game too much.
Yep.
And then I wasn't in the show again until the second to last scene where I was at the, was the judge. Like, oh, order. Yeah. And I just think back to all the family I invited to that show. And I think I was embarrassed to tell them, like, hey, I'm in the beginning for a minute and at the end for 1 minute. And I remember them when they were giving out costumes going, what point you know, which ball player are you? And I was like, I'm not. And I found out I was the only male in the show
Who wasn't a baseball player?
Yeah, because a lot of people would play other characters and a baseball player. And I think they forgot to assign that to me. And I never, it was my first show, so I never asked. So it's like, yeah, you could have been in like way more of this, but he never said anything. So I just sat for 2 hours backstage.
I had 2 lines, and they were very short.
Yeah.
But I think back, and I think that was the best play I was ever in. Like, and I don't know, because but the costumes and the sets, that was really good. Anyways, that's a damn.
Yeah, they had.
Wasn't ready to talk about damn Yankees today. But.
No, theater talk. We're talking all theater tonight. We are going to be talking Broadway hits. We're going to be talking about. I want to know. Actually, I have a question for the audience. Sometimes they have a question for us. Not today. No, my friend. I want to ask them. Is the Back to I can't see the chat, so I'll check later on the comments. But is the Back to the Future musical good? Because I love Back to the Future. Sure, Bob Gale like oversaw it and all that stuff. He's like the overseer of Back to the Future nowadays.
Yeah.
And since then too. But I know people who are like, oh my God, if you look Back to the Future, you'll like go nuts over this. And I know people who have walked out of it because they were like,
you know,
this shit was corny.
I was curious. Can I answer?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Back to the Future.
Okay, so let's get, all right, here's the definitive review.
But I think all musical adaptations of movies are like inherently like you need to like musical theater. And if you don't,
I do.
Exactly, you do. But if you're not into that, I know people who go to these things and they're like, I don't like musical theater. Okay, but I like this movie. All right, I did not like the musical theater.
I have seen that
movie. And it's like, well, what's they're singing and dancing and it's silly. Well, yeah, it is. So I think you will like it. Probably won't replace your love of the movie. It won't be better than the movie.
Wouldn't it be funny if it did? Yo, fuck the movie.
I'll go with you.
Nailed it.
Yeah, is it coming to San
I'll
Diego?
go with you. It is coming to San Diego.
Oh, it is? Oh, I didn't even
later
realize.
this year. It's coming to San Diego. It's coming to the Civic Center downtown. They're doing Wicked again.
And they're doing the Book of Mormon, right?
They're doing the Book of Mormon
I still have
in
never
San
seen
Diego.
that.
That's in like next year. They're also doing what I'm going to be seeing in October is Evil Dead the musical.
Oh,
you can come with me to that if you want.
I didn't know
that was the thing.
We'll be seeing Rocky Horror live if you're into it. They're doing Dracula the musical this Halloween season. I want to go check that out as well.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen like my kids loved the Mean Girls movie that was a musical. But I don't think I've ever seen like a movie like that, like Back to the Future the musical or Evil Dead the musical. Is the music good?
I don't know. I saw Saw the musical.
What?
Oh yeah. No, I heard about that.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was like purposely corny. Can I describe Saw the musical to you?
Yeah.
Please do.
Unironically, it was gay as hell.
Okay.
They made this movie like a love story between the two guys who were trapped in the room.
Okay.
I don't know if this is like a running gag in the Saw community. I think it is, but they play that up to where these guys have so much sexual tension.
Okay.
The whole time. That by the end of the play, they actually kiss and the crowd goes wild.
Oh, wow.
Because it's been pent up and built up for so long.
But they're the two guys who are like being tortured and fucked up?
Yeah, Carrie Ewells, Princess Bride guy, and the guy who wrote Saw played the other character in the movie. The show is kind of impressive because it only had 3 actors to play those 2 guys, Jigsaw and their family members, and it was 3 people like switching costumes the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The music was like, I want to play a game.
Oh, God.
I will cut maim you anyway.
That doesn't sound.
How do I
very
get out
good.
of this trap?
But at the end of the show, I'm gonna spoil it again. I like to spoil stuff on the show. It's musical theater. And it's based on a movie you've probably already seen. The dude has to cut his foot off at the end of the movie, and they made that like it's fucking being at SeaWorld in the splash zone.
Oh, no.
Everybody in the front row had fake blood. Like I saw a girl like get hit in the face with fake blood. Like
that's kind of awesome.
If
you know it, it's
It was fucking awesome. The dude, he like was positioned on a box where his real leg went behind the box.
Yeah.
He had like a fake pant leg with like some sort of like
Authentic.
fake meat foot that he was actually sawing through. And then as he was doing that, he He was kind of like rocking around, and he'd grab a blood bag and like smash it, and everything would go fly. He had like 30 of those blood bags. Wow. So the whole thing just it was a fucking blood bath.
You think the theater would be like, yeah, stop throwing blood all over our seats and shit? Like that's a huge cleanup.
That's the show. I
think they book it and they know.
I saw another show recently, another play recently. We're halfway through. This is gruesome. A mass shooting happens
in the play.
Okay. And so I've been watching these like 4 or 5 characters talk and banter for like 45 minutes, and then this other character, you hear gunshots coming from down the hall, and the character breaks in with a gun and just starts like shooting them all. And it was blood going all over the walls, blood. The actresses like slap blood bags on their faces and were like laying dead, covered in, and it was like traumatizing. Then it goes to intermission, and I'm like,
yeah.
Wait, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Jesus.
It was quite the show. Let me say, it was a Pulitzer Prize-winning play, and yeah, it was shocking and good. Truth be told, it's good.
I know I talked about it on here before, but when I was in theater classes in college, one of the plays that one of the groups put on was they pretended it was a fire emergency.
Oh, that's right.
In the theater, and I took that opportunity to go home and play Metroid.
Yeah, it's so funny to see.
You can't shout fire in a theater. That's illegal.
Well, yeah, they were doing that, and so I thought, like, I know they're doing something, but I can use this as an excuse. Like, I felt unsafe. So I went home, played Metroid Prime.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah.
It will hold up in a court of law.
And I showed up at the next class, and they were like, wow, so Rocco, I mean, you weren't there to judge the thing. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I heard fire, and I did the safest thing.
Yeah.
And I was at home.
I see a lot of these people are we're gonna be so edgy, and it's stuff like that. Where it's like,
exactly.
Oh yeah, I see right through this, but I'm goodbye.
Like, if I stick around, I'm gonna see them, dance to an AFI song on stage. I'm good. I'm just gonna play that.
Just kiss and cut your foot off, and let's call it.
Yeah.
Don't call fire in the theater.
But I would be interested to see the Back to the Future musical.
Yeah. I've heard
Not Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. No,
they're basically the same story.
They're
basically the same story.
Evil Dead doesn't do it for me.
Okay, if you think about 1950s, whatever town he lives in, that's basically the forest in Evil Dead.
That's Hill Valley.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Marty McFly, Bruce Campbell, essentially
same name even. Yeah.
And then all this bad stuff is happening to Marty's mom.
Yeah.
Bad stuff happens to the women.
Okay.
Same story.
Biff Tannen is like the zombies.
Yeah. Doc Brown, the Necronomicon.
Yes.
The talking book. I mean, it's 1-to-1 basically.
Yeah.
You know, what I think of every time I hear about the Necronomicon, I remember that Penny Arcade, because Penny Arcade is still a comic strip, web comic, and when they started before PAX was PAX, it was Necrowombicon. Because I think that little character they made was Womba or something like that. But I remember they did that and they got together. It was just like a small get together where they had everyone play games together or something like that. And then after a year or two of that, they were like, "Hey, this is growing. Like, let's do. Like, we should get like a convention space or something." And then I was like, "Yeah, Penny Arcade Expo. Isn't that weird?"
It is weird.
I like Necrowombicon better.
I think they should change it back, right? I mean, wouldn't that be funny? Hey, next year we're just gonna call it Necrowombicon. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's still
this is Necrowombicon East.
Our keynote speaker is Hard Noggins Scopleo.
We are the only show that still consistently is bringing up.
What's his name?
Brad Neely's Hard Noggins Scopio Pipio.
Yeah.
The best TV show title ever.
I honestly, we are the people who reference it still, but I don't want to let the people who came up with that idea off the hook. I'm not ready for them to be forgiven yet. You know, like you have to eat. I'm not letting you forget.
And you know what's funny is every time we've had this discussion, or I'll bring this up. Like that's the worst title ever. I will always. I don't mean to, single him out. But I will always hear Johnny under his breath go, "I like what, but he's cool.
It's a good show."
Now here's the thing. it's never been anything against him or the show. The show was good, but it was originally going to be called TV Sucks. And then at the last minute, they were like, let's give it a weird name.
How did you go from the best name to the absolute worst name so quickly? Yeah, Johnny, you say it's a good show. I mean, I refuse to never know because I will not.
No, I actually liked the show, and Brad Neely's cool. But anyway, but regardless, if I diss the title, Johnny will. It's like a reflex. You know, you hit your knee and whatever, Johnny will go, Brad Neely, though, he's cool.
Yeah.
That's not an insult. I always think that's funny.
Yeah.
That comes up. Anyway.
Well.
You want to take a question from the Patreon?
Yeah, let's do that. We've never done that before.
The year's halfway through, favorite films or games of the year so far?
You know, I think I said this last one. I don't think I've played anything better than Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and even that had some things, you know, that I liked and that didn't, but I think overall that was the full gaming experience. You know what I mean? Like, I played that and I feel like I had the full experience. It's a big ass game, lots of cool shit in it. I don't feel like anything was on that level other than that. And then movie wise, I don't know. You know what? I really liked Civil War.
Oh, really?
I really liked that. That might be my favorite.
I liked Civil War a lot as well, despite my botched ending.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. I think it's better with gambling factored in. I think that was you talked about that on
Did you
here,
talk
right?
about on here, Derek? I don't think you did.
What?
You don't know what happened in your Civil War experience.
Did I not?
I
Really?
I don't think so.
I guess I wasn't.
You on the show? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you should be.
Let's go back in time a little bit.
It involves crime. Do I admit the crime?
You know what?
Fuck it. Oh. In Minecraft. Went to see Civil War at the movie theater, was really enjoying it, was there with a group of people about 20 minutes before the movie ends. Movie ends with them like going into Washington, D.C., and I later found out this was like this epic battle scene, but I didn't get to see that because the power in the movie theater went out. The power in the entire theater, every theater lost power, every screen turned off. Some fuse busted in the building. So we didn't know if we should leave or not. It was just awkward sitting there for a while. And I was like, they'll turn this back on. 5 minutes pass, 10 minutes pass, 15. It doesn't come back on. So finally, we're like, well, I think people are lining up outside to getting refunds. Let's go get a refund. And we do. We wait in this huge line. They give us a free ticket to come back. And then I'm like, you know what? We got the free ticket, but I bet they're going to get the power back on. Let's go back to the theater and see if they'll let us finish the movie.
Yeah.
After about 45 minutes, almost an hour we're waiting, 45 minutes, they turn the power back on. But it's the beginning of the movie.
Oh.
And we just watched this. There's only like 20 minutes left until the ending. And people start shouting at the projection booth, fast forward! Fast forward! And then this guy from who is he works at the theater, this like 19-year-old kid walks in. We're like, oh, this guy, hey bro, you got fast forward the movie. And he goes, I'm sorry, everyone. We're going to have to stop the movie and we're going to have to ask you all to leave because the next showing is starting in about 10, 15 minutes and we have to start the movie over for everyone else. And I'm like, I was really enjoying this.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I talked with my group and it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just sit through. Let's just watch this bitch again.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it ends. And everybody in the theater pretty much has the same idea, but he's like, you all have to leave the theater because your seats have been pre-sold to the next screening.
Yeah.
But see,
I didn't even think about
I'm an old guy. I remember when you would just go to the theater and sit down.
Yeah.
That's not how it works anymore.
I would have forgotten about that completely.
You have to pick your seat on the fucking app, and then you can't sit there unless you reserved it. Some people think this is a good progress in technology, but I got fucked.
I would have totally forgot about that. That's awful.
So, end of story. But then a dream happened that wasn't reality, that continued exactly where this story ended. And in my dream,
Yes.
I went home to a site where people could pirate movies, and this was opening weekend for Civil War, and in my dream we got a cam rip because I'd already paid for the movie and I just wanted to see how it ended.
Sure.
And this
You
was
did what you had to do. You did what you had to
In the dream.
in the dream, not in real life.
Yeah, right.
And you know, it was a fucking cam rip. It was not ideal. It's like shaky. You can see people walking around. It's like from Malaysia or some shit. It's in English, but it's like subtitled at the bottom. But the file says like sponsored by like onlineslots.com. And every once in a while, there's like a little, like in the corner, online slots, like a little website will pop up. And people on the website said this cam rip is unwatchable. It was ruined by the advertising for the gambling company. Yeah. And I'm watching it being like, well, yeah, it has a little website in the corner. I wouldn't know if I say that's ruining it. It's more ruined by this being a shitty, overexposed camera. Okay, not gonna spoil how Civil War ends, but I will say it ends on a very iconic, dramatic moment. It's like slow motion. It's pushing in on a certain character who has just experienced something life-changing. Music is super dramatic, right? If you've seen the movie, just imagine the final shot pushing in on this character and what they've just seen. And while I'm watching this, it's on a laptop connected to my TV. Poker chips start flying up and down the screen, and these two LeBron James heads pop up, and they're like, and it's like the loosest slots on the internet. Confetti. Onlineslots.com. And I was like, I thought it was part of the movie. I thought the poker chips and the I was so blindsided by this. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Why are they throwing poker chips? Why is LeBron James? And then everything ended, and then I realized like, oh, they superimposed like gambling ads over the film. So
final shots of the film. Damn, that sucks.
I think it was like throughout the movie, but I just fast forwarded to I think it happened like every 15 or 20 minutes.
Sure,
but I just fast forwarded to the last bit of the movie, and it was the final shot. So
what did the theater do for you? Did they give you like free like passes or what?
Yeah, they gave us free passes.
I feel like that's not even enough because now you wasted my night and you're kicking me out. Like I'm like, I try to be like, oh, whatever, it's fine. I get it. You're just a kid working a shitty job. I understand, whatever it may be. But that's like, okay, fuck off. Like, I got fucked.
Well, hey, I got to go back and see Monkey Man for free.
Okay. So, and you did get to see the ending of that movie, albeit with gambling. So, in your dream.
Yeah, I wish I could show this clip online. I wish I could just share just that, but it's gonna ruin the end of the movie. But just
there's so many levels that it would be.
Just imagine the worst possible presentation of what I just described, and that's you couldn't make it any worse if you tried.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was right at the. I saw it.
I brought it in the next day in my dream and showed it to you guys. And like, hey, this is what I fucking saw last night.
Yeah.
And you can attest, it was like seamless. Like it starts and you think like, wait, is this part of the movie?
Like the most shocking thing imaginable happens. The loosest slots online. Yeah. Like they all look at it like, yeah. And it's like, what? That's not part of the movie. If you hadn't seen it, you might be confused.
Well, I was. But my favorite movie of the year, to get back to the question, was Furiosa.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Furiosa. The more I think about it, I just love Furiosa so much. My favorite Mad Max movie out of all 5.
Is it really your favorite one?
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't see it. I mean, I was the one person who hated Fury Road, so I was like, I'm good. But
why did you hate Fury Road?
I mean, we had a whole thing on the podcast a long, long time ago when that came out. Everyone was hyping it up, and the whole movie, I thought, was we got to go to some place. And they get halfway there and they go, now they go back, and they go back, and that's the movie. And I was like, fuck this. This is a terrible movie. Bad idea.
You know what? I think, if that's your only complaint, I think you would like Furiosa as well, because the reason I enjoyed it so much is because it goes to this town, it goes to that town. You see these leaders. It's almost like Game of Thrones set in the Mad Max world, because you get to see all the warlords kind of like how the politics work and how they like decide like, okay, you're gonna be the leader of that town. New guy comes in, takes over the town. Do we trust him? They're like making deals and stuff. And Furiosa is just this woman caught in the middle. And at certain points, they kind of like pass her around like currency. You know?
Yeah.
They're like, well, if you give us the girl, then we have a deal and stuff like that. And she gets all bitter. And it's really good. It's really fucking good.
Maybe I'll check that out. I think you sold me on it. But yeah, because I was not into Fury Road. I was the one person who was like, this movie sucks.
There's a book that came out called Blood, Sweat, and Chrome, and it's about how Fury Road was like one of the most nightmarish movies that you could possibly film. And everybody on the set, specifically Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy, like were fucking feuding with each other the entire movie.
Really?
Yeah. Tom Hardy, for whatever reason, didn't like being Mad Max. He felt like he just hated the experience. And so he was feuding with the director. And so he would not show up to set for like hours.
And then Charlize Theron was
there, and she had just become a new mom. She had a baby, like a few months old, and she brought the baby with her to wherever they filmed, like Libya or something. I don't know, out in the deserts of Africa or something. And she couldn't see her baby because she was like waiting for 7 hours sometimes for Tom Hardy to show up. And so she started like calling him out, like, "Hey, fucker, why don't you fucking show up?" And they like got into it. And then it was like, and then George Miller, director, he's like, this is good for their character because they're not supposed to be friends. So he wouldn't mediate anything. He would just let it go on.
That's crazy.
And the stunt actors talked about like, I guess there was one scene where an actor had to be like on top of a car, and the car was driving through the desert, and sand was being kicked into his face, and he couldn't wear goggles, and he had to keep his eyes open.
Oh my God.
And they said that after every take, they would have to have medics come in and like inject saline in his eyes to like sluice off
the fuck
the layer of caked on sand. And then they'd have to redo the all right, take two. And he had to do it over and over. And the whole book is just filled with like, it was the most nightmarish set you could possibly be on.
Damn.
Oh, go ahead.
No, say that saline shit is good though. That's what they remember a long time ago when Linda got that stick in her eye. That's what they used to get it out, with that saline stuff. They just put it in her eye.
Now imagine she's making a movie. It's like, all right, now put the stick back in.
That's crazy. That sucks.
That's why I think with the new movie, a lot of people are like, well, why do they do so much CGI? Like they didn't go back to the desert as much. And then you're like, oh yeah, they like wanted to die when they were.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Blood, Sweat, and Chrome, the story of Fury Road. In stores now.
I started playing video games again since our last podcast. So after our conversation, I'm like, I don't play games anymore. So I had a conversation with Beckett about this because usually the two of us play games together. But at night it's different now because like it's there's no time for us to play games anymore. So I actually feel terrible about this. I'm gonna be clean, and I had a not great parenting moment. And I talked to Beckett about like if you want, like I take the girls to school in the morning, but you start school later because you're a senior now. So if you want, we can play games in the morning if you wake up early. Like, well, we'll have an hour every morning to play games. And he was like excited. So I'm like, well, we never finished Red Dead 1. We can finish Red Dead. And so yesterday, that was our first time to do it. I did not think about what I promised Beckett, and I went to I had a dentist appointment. And so I got home. He woke up an hour early before school to play games with me, and I wasn't even there. Like, what a piece of shit, Dad. Oh, it felt terrible. Anyways, I apologize, but we've been playing Red Dead this morning for like an hour, and it's like I'm like back in, like, okay, I feel good. Like I'm playing games again. Beckett's here. It's super fun. So I'm ready to beat this game and start new games. It's been so long since I actually played a video game, so I'm excited to do it.
As soon as I'm done with Final Fantasy V, I'm kind of barreling through that. As soon as I finish that, again for the first time, never beat it. I'm going back to Tears of the Kingdom. I want to. There's so much that I didn't do, and I've just been. I've been in. I mean, rushed through it, but 100 hours I played. You know what I mean? But relatively, I mean the other one, the whatever, Breath of the Wild, I had like 280 hours or something. But yeah, I want to go back to it. There's a ton of stuff I didn't do, and I've just been like jonesing, like, oh, that I want to get back into that world. Yeah. You know, I didn't realize this stuff after last podcast. People brought this stuff up, and I lost track of time, I guess. I did not realize that Astrobot game is in like a couple weeks.
Oh, really?
The Astrobot platformer on PS5. looked awesome. That's like
Is that a
couple weeks
full
away.
game? Because the one that
Yeah.
came with the PS5 was like it's a mini game.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that considered a full game? You think?
I mean, it was a full game. It just wasn't very long.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about how long this one is going to be, but they're selling it as a full game. So that's coming, and then I didn't realize that Dead Rising remaster was like a couple weeks after that. That just got announced recently, so I thought, oh, that'll probably be early next year. Nope, mid-September. I was like, oh, wow. So
And that's
I want to play both of those.
And it's on PS5 as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it wasn't the last one Xbox exclusive, or am I crazy?
The Dead Rising?
Yeah, the first Dead Rising.
The first Dead Rising
was.
Yeah. I mean, now it's not. Now they ported that original game to everything. But it was an Xbox exclusive. I do always kind of associate with Xbox. I think after a little bit though, maybe only a year or two, it came to the Wii.
Did it?
I don't know anyone that played, because that was a real showcase of the power of Xbox 360. And how beefy it was.
And the Wii couldn't do
The
that.
Wii couldn't do any of that. Wii wasn't HD. It didn't have any of that. So I remember when it got announced, oh yeah, there's going to be a version for Wii, and they had to tweak it to make it work. I would love to. I wonder if anyone out there watching this played that version, because I don't know anyone that did. Like I actually don't know. Was it good? I don't know. I just remember. I think the first Tokyo Game Show that I went to, I want to say it was like 08. They had tons of promo stuff for this Dead Rising on the Wii. It was called like what was it? Chop Till You Drop.
Dead Wheezing.
I think Jack's right.
I'm sure the system was wheezing by the time.
Yeah.
Fuck that game. That thing had to run like a jet engine.
We watched that
Gamescom
presentation, and it really
Gamescom.
I was like, oh man, like none of this. You know, Indiana Jones, I guess I'll play.
Hey,
but everything else, I don't know.
Every year we have a chance to stream the Gamescom thing, and I am always voting no. I am always like, it's not worth it. I never feel like they show stuff that we're into.
Wait, so whose idea was it to stream that shit?
This year everybody was like, no, we'll do it. No, we'll do it. But I knew, I'm like, they're all gonna dislodge from time and space.
Well, I will say that most
right.
of these presentations, I'm usually that way. I'm like, I don't care.
I don't like any of those announcement streams.
No?
No, because it's just like fluff.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, like.
But sometimes it's fun to riff on. That's the part I like, but sometimes it's
I feel like
too much.
No company has anything forever.
Yeah.
Basically, they ain't got shit. And they're just like, well, we gotta do something. Yeah.
I
really
legitimately like when Rocco and I do the Apple ones.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of fun doing that, even though it is like.
I think that's the same thing. Like,
yeah.
I don't really have much to say.
But it's all. But what makes the Apple ones fun, Derek, is that they are so puffing up the small. You know, the watch now has the ability to know when you've eaten something gross, and you know what I mean. They'll talk about like
revolutionary
life will be
625
so much
chip.
better, whatever, and we're just going, oh yeah, fuck yeah. And now the watch, if
the Digital Crown now has Digital Crown 2. Digital Crown 2!
Digital
we
Crown
did it!
2!
We've done
it! You know, it's so extreme that it ends up being fun. But the game presentations are either like, wow, they showed a lot of fun stuff, or they are like a soul suck. They are like, dude, I don't know what they're talking. You know, they've shown 5 Life is Strange clones.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what to tell you.
Life is fucking strange.
But anyway.
What was the biggest announcement from Gamescom, in your opinion?
Did you see that they announced Borderlands 4?
Yes.
That was so fucking funny.
They must have heard.
Didn't even talk about
They must have heard Garrett be like, how does he know? He's fucking leaking it. We got to put it out.
Yeah.
Because the trailer had nothing to it.
It didn't.
So they were like, fuck, the Mega 64 knows.
Garrett
the
figured it out.
The guy with the dreads spilled the beads. Get the fucking trailer. Get the fucking trailer out today.
So let's back up for just a second. I do want. It actually works out great because Garrett's not here to defend himself. Garrett talked about Garrett gave his review of the Borderlands movie last week. I received from multiple sources, multiple viewers like you at home, and I want to say thank you for this amazing contribution. From multiple people, I received entire lists of bullet points of everything he talked about.
That was wrong.
None of it was correct. I don't know if he got one thing.
Could you pull up one of those lists?
I don't feel.
I'm very curious. I don't know shit about the Borderlands movie. I want to know.
While you're doing this, Rocco, I will go. And I feel terrible because Garrett is not here to defend himself. But I feel like I would say this to his face.
Well, we had to talk to him between the shows.
I feel like I would say this to his face. I feel safe. But I put up on iTunes. I do put up movie clubs that are like a year old. Like, you know, older. So they're fresh and new on the Patreon, and they go on iTunes later.
All the movies are 20 years old anyways.
Exactly. Well, anyways, I just put up the Lost Boys one, and Jenny listened to it, and she's like, Garrett is wrong about every fact he gives, and you don't call him out on any of it. And I'm like, well, I didn't realize it was wrong. She's like, he keeps saying all these things, and I'm just thinking, nope, he's wrong. Nope,
you guys both watched the movie, though, right?
Yeah, but he's saying things like, oh yeah, Corey Haim was way bigger than Corey Feldman in the time because Corey Feldman wasn't in anything before this. And then Jenny's like, Corey Feldman was like way bigger and he was in like 8 things before that. But things like that, I don't really know the answer to, where it's like, okay, I guess Garrett, he seems very confident. I'm sure he's right. But yeah, she was like, he is not correct about a lot of things, but you just let it slide. So I guess it's a theme and I don't realize it.
Well,
I guess that's always been a theme.
So
yeah, I guess.
So Garrett multiple times talked about how he played Borderlands 4 and how he played that.
The game didn't exist.
Didn't exist. Now it does.
Now it does.
He got through. Something got through.
Hell yeah, Garrett.
He talked about how it was crazy that they had Gina Gershon play Mad Moxie. Normally she's played by Jessica Negri in the game. That has never happened.
Jessica Negri didn't play her in the game, right?
No. Cosplayed her, I think.
Oh,
in real
conventions,
life.
yeah.
But see, stuff like that where it's like, I could never correct that because how would I know? I don't know.
Well, actually, I was sitting there not knowing that was.
I have a feeling that wasn't. That just, I was like, I've seen her in the cosplay. I've never heard of her being in the game.
I know you're gonna say I'm setting myself up. Okay. I know you're gonna call me out.
Okay, I'm excited.
I really don't like correcting people a lot. Now here's the thing.
I know that.
Now here's the thing.
It's just so egregious sometimes.
I might throw you one. Sean will get a fact wrong. Derek might say Hell Festival wrong or whatever. That's one.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to help.
Yeah, I hear you.
Garrett, I don't know where to
begin.
I only have so many tokens I can spend. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, the whole show would be no. You know, I don't want to be that guy.
Okay, fair.
But I was sitting there, going, Jessica Negri has never played this.
Yeah, is she a voice actress? Does she do voice work?
She has in stuff, I'm sure, before.
Like games and stuff? Like, really? I didn't know. Oh, yeah,
She's a famous cosplayer.
I do know that.
She is in the movie.
Is she?
I think is like an extra.
Oh, good for her.
But not yeah. But this is an example of what you're talking about, where it's like, I don't know. Would I correct him? I don't know. He said there's a character Krieg.
Yeah.
Oh, Krieg.
That he talked about playing as
in the game,
and that is not a character.
I
think maybe in 2 for a minute or something. I don't.
Well, in Borderlands 4, you can play him. And Justin Negri is actually a voice act character in Borderlands 4.
Okay.
What else? I have a feeling the list goes on.
Those are the ones I could find.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 3 strikes.
Well, again, we love Garrett, but sometimes.
No effect.
Sometimes, I mean, I definitely have talked to him before, but also stuff like that where it's like, well, you seem to know what you're talking about. He has all the confidence in the world.
That's what's impressive, is he has all the confidence.
And that is also what's scary.
Yeah.
I will say too, and again, I'll say just on my end, I do sometimes when there is a lot of misinformation, I am like fighting the urge to like, I gotta like, whatever. Sometimes like when it's like 8 wrong things, I'll be like, oh man, oh God. And it is like a weird compulsive problem that I have. And
well, you know what? It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, all I was going to say was, I think maybe I think part of why I was going like catatonic in his Jackass 4 review was he listed like 8 sketches that were like not in the movie. Like it was like, I love the haunted house. I don't know what. Is that the one they turn off the lights? That wasn't what it was called. I'm assuming that's what he meant. You know, or the.
Is this like when he said he saw Succession, but it was really Severance?
Yeah. And he starts talking about like when they pushed Bam in the snake pit. You know, he lists like 8 things that were like.
You know, I used to, when I edited the podcast back in the day, I would insert my opinions there.
Yeah.
I would put like, this is not correct on the screen or stuff like that. Or it's like, oh yeah, Corey Phone wasn't famous, and I put like, yes he was, or stuff.
Yes, he
little things like that.
I
used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
But I would never say it out loud to him. I would just put it in text. I really passive aggressive way is how I would handle it.
I think Johnny should do that more when he edits it.
Yeah.
Should interject.
Johnny, if I ever say something that's so fucking wrong, I give you full freedom to be like, Sean is wrong here. You can do that.
Oh,
you know,
your own death warrant.
Johnny said something this week. I don't know, Johnny. If you don't want me to say this, you can cut it out. But, you know,
but he's gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it. Yeah, I'm just saying. It doesn't have to be permanently out there. You know, Johnny was like, you know, not wanting to chime in too much on the podcast if he feels like we haven't invited him to do so or something like that. Which I want to say, Johnny, you know, if you ever have a burning take on something, I think you should let us know.
Yeah, you have a mic for a reason,
that's
bro.
my opinion.
Well, he's told me he just doesn't want to be on the show.
Oh, well, there you
that's
go.
fair.
That's another story.
Force him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to force you now, but
here you go.
I am curious what you're feeling.
I think Dune 2. The more I think about it.
Yeah, Dune 2 was cool. That was really cool.
When did like all the Oscar? I guess those came out last year. Not, that doesn't count.
I guess Dune 2 I saw a couple times. And it was really awesome, and I love big sci-fi shit like that. But I guess I picked Civil War just because it was a creative, original, standalone. You know, that really just impressed me.
Dune 2 is original.
I like Dune 2. It was original at some point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, Jared, do we have another chat? I'm enjoying this. The questions from the Patreon. Do we have anything else?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we have so many. Let's do some rapid fire ones. Okay. So, let me scroll up here. Well, this one has to do with our merchandise update on the Gamer Rights shirt.
Oh yeah.
We say
those will be.
Kevin, I think, is shipping them as we speak.
They'll be going soon.
There's
a lot to do.
He's folding them as we speak. They're being folded.
They're in the process of being shipped out.
Check your mailboxes last week is what Kevin says. I think he's joking, but he is folding them now, so they should be going out very soon.
Yeah.
So there you go.
We'll have some extras at PAX too.
Alternate career paths, if not for Mega 64, what would you be doing?
That's a good question. You know, I had the thought that I wonder if I would have followed my dad's footsteps in the sense of like working for the Padres, in the sense of like video production side of it. He does the replays for the Padres. Like, would I have tried to like do that as well? I could see me doing that. Like, it's video stuff. I like that. It's sports. I like that. But I really wanted to go in advertising, honestly. I wanted to like Mad Max before that was even, not Mad Max. Mad Men. I caught myself.
Same story.
I caught myself. But yeah, Mad Men before that show was a thing. But I wanted to be like that guy who like comes up with like ad or how you gonna like advertise this product. I remember I had to do that in high school. There was a assignment we got where it's like your future job, and then like you had to like recreate what you would do for the job you want. And so I came up with like a slogan for like the new Tic Tacs, and I made them heart shaped, and I call them Heart Attacks. And there's a lot of people who are upset with me in class, like that's offensive. This is not a good product. No one would buy this. And that still pisses me off, honestly. That's like, this is a dumb high school project. Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Anyways, so.
It didn't sound like you held on to that. So that's good.
No, I moved on. But anyways, that's what I want to do is marketing or video production.
Yeah.
And I've had to do both, actually.
And just to pack up, I'm still shocked you haven't watched Mad Men.
No, I bought it though.
Yeah. Oh, okay, you did.
I did buy it.
I mean, set in the early 60s.
Oh, I know.
And there's literally episodes. How do we advertise Hilton? What's the best slogan for Hilton?
That is like that is the job I want.
I can't. I'm like, this is the most Sean coded series I've ever watched.
I want the job where how are we gonna? There's a new kind of Twinkie. What are you gonna do? Give me that task. I can come up with a good idea. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. All right. There's a new kind of Twinkie. What do you do?
Well, what's the kind of Twinkie? You gotta explain it to me.
It's a brown Twinkie.
That's it.
It's instead of vanilla and cream, it's chocolate
and cream. So it's a
chocolate filled.
It's chocolate and chocolate on the outside and the inside.
It's a brown Twinkie with raspberry filling.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's see if you got the goods.
Okay. So you want the slogan? What are we calling it? What are we doing here?
You tell me.
Okay. Well, it's a chocolate raspberry Twinkie. Let's call it. Let's call it.
He likes his own ideas.
Well, let me tell you, the first idea will never be said out loud.
Come on, throw it out.
I swear to God, I will not.
What?
I can't do it.
What? What
That's
did you just
good
think?
to say that though.
What did you just think?
Well, I was thinking, I made a mistake. And my brain made a mistake.
But I'm glad you announced it.
What the fuck?
Could have just moved on.
Well, I
What
did.
thoughts are you having over there?
It just was like, oh, I got nope.
I think I'm gonna announce my thoughts from now on. Whoa, I just had a terrible thought, like a hateful thought.
It wasn't hateful.
Not gonna say it.
It was an accident.
No, I'm just saying on my end.
I made an
I had an
accident.
incredibly hateful thought, but I'll save it. I'm not gonna say it.
My thoughts were an accident. I'm sorry. My accidental thoughts.
That's not what I thought.
Dude,
I'll never do it again.
dude, you gotta tell us what the thought was.
I can't.
What the
I
fuck?
can't do it.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fire you.
I don't like the vibe of that thought.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. I
I'm
didn't
scared
like
of your thoughts now.
I'm so sorry. I feel like I make an apology tweet and I just thought something.
Holy shit! What the fuck
Glad
are
we
you
know that
thinking
you
over there?
We'll never know what it
The
was.
thought requires an apology tweet?
Without even saying what it was? How bad are your thoughts?
Holy shit! Bro, what are you thinking? We're talking Twinkies over here. Oh. Well, I guess the world will never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna. You know what? I'll tell you.
So this is how the meeting with the Twinkie organization would go. Yeah, guys, I thought of something, but I am not gonna say it. I'm not.
What do you think?
I'm just.
Yeah, sorry, hostess. I'll have to write an apology to you later.
Yeah.
Well, just sit on the chocolate raspberry Twinkie for a while. Let us know if you have any safe thoughts. We'll come back to this later.
Please don't.
We'll give you some time. I think we've said too much.
What would you guys do if it wasn't for making 64?
We'll never know what it was.
Thought requires.
But
made a mistake.
But
well, it's a chocolate raspberry Twinkie. Let's call it. Let's call it.
Oh, he likes his own ideas over there.
Well, let me tell you, the first idea will never be said out loud.
Come on, throw it out.
I swear to God, I will not.
What?
I can't do it.
What
that's
did you just
good
think?
to say that though.
What did you just think?
Well, I was thinking, I made a mistake. And my brain made a mistake.
But I'm glad you announced it.
What the fuck?
Could have just moved on.
Well,
What thoughts are you having over there?
It just was like, oh, I got nope.
I think I'm gonna announce my thoughts from now on. Whoa! I just had a terrible thought, like a hateful thought. I'm gonna.
It wasn't hateful.
Not gonna say it.
It was an accident.
No, I'm just saying on my end.
I made an
I had an
accident.
incredibly hateful thought, but I'll save it. I'm not gonna say it.
My thoughts were an accident. I'm sorry. My accidental thoughts.
I know what I thought.
Dude.
I'll never do it again.
Dude, you gotta tell us what the thought was.
I can't.
What the
I can't do it.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fire you from.
I don't like the vibe of that thought.
Yeah.
Whatever it was,
I'm scared of your thoughts now.
I'm so sorry. I thought you make an apology tweet. I just thought something.
Holy shit! What the fuck
Glad
were
we
you
know
thinking over there?
We'll never know what it
The
was.
thought requires an apology tweet
Without even saying what it was?
the
How bad were your girls?
Holy shit! Bro, what are you thinking? We're talking Twinkies over here. Oh. Well, I guess the world will never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna. You know what? I'll tell you.
So this is how the meeting with the Twinkie organization would go. Yeah, guys, I thought of something, but I am not gonna say it. I'm not.
What do you think?
Yeah, sorry, hostess. I'll have to write an apology to you later.
Yeah.
Well, just sit on the chocolate raspberry Twinkie for a while. Let us know if you have any safe thoughts. We'll come back to this later.
Please don't.
We'll give you some time. I think we've said too much.
What would you guys do if I was at the Mega 64?
Oh, you stockbroker.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, just go straight for where the money's at.
Yeah.
All that Occupy Wall Street shit. You just be investing all day. Tech bro. Tech bro. NFTs, Bitcoin, crypto.
Rocco.
Teslas.
I never know what to say to that question because I wasn't gonna not do stuff.
You were gonna do something
like this.
But what if it?
Like I was like, no, I want to do that, so it didn't.
So it wasn't an option that this wasn't gonna work out. It was going to work out always.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was just. I never had another thought about that, so I don't know.
Dang.
He's living the dream, folks.
That's fucking crazy.
If it wasn't this, greeter at Costco.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, you know, at that point.
I feel like this is a lame topic to discuss, but you have to scan your Costco card to walk into Costco now.
Yes.
Jeez, that's like Total Recall.
I don't know what the difference is of showing them the Costco card or scanning it, but it pisses.
Pretty soon you'll have
so
me walking
dumb.
through the X-ray tunnel.
Like what? Why are we doing that? Why did you do that? What's that? So
it shows them
your
your picture.
Yeah.
So shows them my picture.
We don't get any illegals coming in here.
They had I think it was like a record amount of shrink this last year or something. Like people coming in to just take something or something like that. They have always had a policy where you have to whatever, but yeah, no, we just have.
Yeah, that little extra feature is just like, fuck off. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
All right, well, at least I know because they want to see my picture and validate that it's me.
Can you not use the food court now unless you have a membership?
It's been like that.
Yeah, that's been like that,
that's
yeah.
fucked up. That's the last time I went to Costco.
It was always their policy, but for a long time
They never
they didn't enforce it.
Yeah.
And then I would say maybe like 5 years ago they were like, yeah.
You want to buy this hot dog? You're gonna need to subscribe to our service.
Every time I say this, I will always get at least one email.
All right, get your emails ready. He's about to say it again.
No, I already said it. That you have to scan your card to whatever, and I always get inevitably something from someone that's like, no, not if the food court is outside. Yeah, no, you have to.
You have to.
All of ours are outside.
Yeah.
You have to scan the card. I always get one that's like, no! If it's outside, just take a hot dog and run!
Can you imagine an inside food court at Costco? I'm sure
It's
they have
weird.
them in like,
I've seen one
old
in some-
places.
Yeah.
But that would never be a thing here.
Yeah, I don't remember where
They
I
have
saw
that at Sam's Club, which
Yeah.
is the Walmart version of Costco. Food courts.
I've never been inside a Sam's Club.
It's exactly 100% the same as
That's Costco. Really?
It looks. You get confused. You're like, am I in Costco?
I think I've talked about this. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. Sam's Club was ruined for me because I went one time and was like, whoa, yeah, it was like alternate reality Costco. Kind of just like, whoa, this is weird. And then immediately was told about, yeah, it's crazy. At this food court, the kid died just right. And they described the detail of what
the fuck
happened. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be in here. Okay. And that was it. I never went.
What? It's like a haunted food court.
A kid ate a hot dog. It was a classic hot dog situation. Don't give a kid an uncut hot dog, a little kid.
That's sad.
It went clunk down their throat, and that was it.
Yeah.
I didn't even need to describe that. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
I kept the shit out of my kids' hot dogs for the longest time because stuff like that. Because you heard like hot dogs are like terrible for kids.
But they gave me way more detail. Someone at that store.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, I want to get out of here.
I feel like there are people who like get off in a weird way about delivering bad news.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like whenever someone dies or something terrible happens, this person in your life will contact you regardless. And like, hey, just so you know, this happens. Like, I've heard about this, but thank you. Like, why are you doing this to me? Right? He's going and making the rounds.
They want their Garmin Bozia.
What is that?
Pain and suffering.
Oh.
Thoughts?
Or is it cream corn? You'll understand that someday.
Thoughts on Beetlejuice?
Which one?
The new one.
Yeah.
Not the old one.
Well, I wasn't sure, or maybe it, Howard Stern guest.
All of the above.
But no, you know what's funny? That is always, I am Michael Keaton cucked, so I will see the new one. I feel an obligation. I love it. But I will say,
did you see the trailer for it?
I've seen it way too many times.
I think it looks. Tim Burton, man, like ever since Alice in Wonderland and Willie, the post like 2009 Tim Burton, like every movie just looks exactly the same.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. I don't like that style. Go back to the older like 80s Tim Burtons. Like
well, he keeps touting that this is all going to be puppetry and
that's not the problem.
But it doesn't. It's still got that shiny look.
Everything has this like really bad sense of humor.
Yeah.
Where it's like the like goth comedy. I'm just tired of that genre. You know?
Well, all I was gonna say was the first Beetlejuice has always been a beloved thing of mine. When I was a kid, I loved the cartoon too, and I had all the toys and whatever. It came out in 4K like a couple of years ago, and I'm gonna be honest, I had like trouble finishing that.
What, the original
The
Beetlejuice?
original Beetle. I always loved it. And then when I watched it recently, it was like, I don't know. I'm like fighting to get
I watched it for the first time like a year ago.
Oh,
and
really?
I did not. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I was like struggling. It just felt like it would not end. I was
I didn't
getting really.
I didn't really like it, honestly.
It's funny because my whole life I've been like, no, that movie rules. I don't know what broke in me in the last like 2 years, but I'm gonna see it. I'm still gonna
Maybe it was just that the like artistic value of it has declined in 30 years, where originally that would be enough to sustain.
Maybe
it's
very creative.
It is very creative, but all these years later, maybe that's just not like kind of underwhelming at this point. Where back then you'd be like, oh, I'm along for the ride. Wow, so crazy. Whoa, his arms are stretching. Oh. I like the original. I will sadly probably check out the new one, but begrudgingly. I'm not looking forward to it.
I'm going as a Keaton cuck.
I stand by that. I really, I know.
That's weird.
I really think that the name for it is great.
Awesome.
Like
the greatest title.
I would say, as a marketing expert, that is a perfect title for this movie. So,
as you just demonstrated your expertise.
As you just saw earlier in the show. Rewind it again if you want to see it in action again.
The one thing I think would be a better title You know what? I can't say it. It was such a weird thought.
Well, I don't know what you're doing right now. I don't know if you're making a joke.
My chest hurts from laughing so hard about Sean's dark Twinkie thoughts. Let's not bring that up again. I can't.
Please don't.
Hey, real quick before we move on here, I do want to take a second and say, everyone at home, if you like our show and you want to hear more of our dark, twisted thoughts, support Mega 64. Go to shop.mega64.com. And as we said at the top of the show, Mega 64 Nighttime on Blu-ray, it's out now, but it's far surpassed where we thought the orders would be. We had already put in the order for how many copies and all that stuff. And we're hitting that limit. So we're going to have to cap that soon. So if you wanted it, now's the time. If you didn't pick it up, you got to go now. Shop.mega64.com. And the Unboxing Ring Blu-ray.
Yeah.
We did Blu-ray of the obscure, bizarre Unboxing Ring series. Also has been, we brought that back in our store a couple months ago, and that is about to... We saved some for events. I think we're going to have some at PAX if you're going to be there. But aside from what we've set aside, the website amount is gone. It will be gone. So pick that up. Shop.mega64.com. Also, patreon.com/mega64, another great way to support the show and get a million, well, not literally a million, but a lot of exclusive videos every week. In fact, in about 5 hours from now, we have a shuffleboard tournament, live shuffleboard tournament of death happening for tier 3 patrons. And even if you don't see it live, it'll be archived for you, but it's fun to watch it live. So
It's like chat.
Well, we do. There are coffins that are featured in it.
Yes.
There are. We do talk about a lot of people who died.
100%. So you want to see that.
We had to go to an old folks home to find shuffleboard. So
there you go.
Retirement community, we should say.
Yeah. So you will get what you'll get it. You'll get it. So yeah, patreon.com/mega64. Mega64 Movie Club went on there.
Yeah.
We reviewed Chariots of Fire. You're gonna really love that review. You're gonna want to see that.
I think, honestly, people will be entertained by that review.
I think so. And we announced on there too, I guess I could say, we are soon going to do Anime Month on Movie Club, where we are going to watch 4 different anime movies.
Yeah.
Some we've seen, well, I should say I've seen, but some we don't know anything about. We're both you're gonna get 2 different perspectives.
Rocco wanted to make me watch anime for 4 weeks in a row, so this is his way of doing that. So
no, it's the people. It's the people that wanted it.
But I say, you thrill me. Like, yeah, you want. Okay, you got 4 movies to turn me around on this whole thing. So what are they gonna be?
We haven't made our final decision yet. We're still in that process.
Like, can you find the anime movie that I will give a 5 to? Is that possible?
Yeah, Spriggan.
Okay.
I think Spriggan's on. I think Spriggan's back on the menu.
All right. No, I can't wait.
There's a new Lord of the Rings anime coming out. The War of Rohirrim.
Is it really?
Rohirrim.
Rohirrim. Yeah.
See, I hate doing that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you hate it.
You don't hate it.
Yeah, you don't like it at all.
That's like you breathing. It has to be done.
Yeah, it just really pains you to correct me on the Lord of the Rings anime.
You can't not do it. It's just part of your DNA.
No, but that is a real thing. There's a Lord of the Rings anime that had been, I think, had been like sitting on the shelf for a while. Like no one knew what was happening.
Just announced this week.
It's going to be actually in theaters in like November or something. Yeah.
I've already seen the Lord of the Rings theater.
This takes place 200 years before the War of the Rings.
Yes. Someone came to our booth, kind of brought this up at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Helm's Deep. It's like what went down there originally.
They did bring that up.
Yeah.
A lot of prequel stuff out there. I'm tired of the prequels.
It's funny too because I feel like people collectively have kind of said that. Like, prequels don't work.
No.
That not often. Sometimes, but not often.
I just want to specify Spriggan 1998.
Okay. None of this Spriggan 2018 stuff.
No, yeah, 2022. No.
But anyway, no.
Prequel.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think in general, prequel people have been kind of like, prequels don't usually work. But man, it seems like every other movie is a prequel.
Always that.
People really love Furiosa, so apparently that worked. But you know, and again, every now and then there's a good one, but you'd think people would try that less.
It's just a very common thing to do as a prequel.
But also, sometimes what else can you do? Because they go like, well, we already ended the story. Yeah, but we got to mine more things out of it. Well, you can only go backwards. Yeah, that's true. Lord of the Rings, they're not doing part 4, you know, as far as I know.
Well,
Anyway.
it's going to be hard to top the Lord of the Rings animated movies that already exist, so good luck to them.
Yeah.
Because the bar is pretty high.
I love the music in that. I think it was the Hobbit movie, the goblins. Da, 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 da. Remember they would sing that?
Yeah.
And that was Jay Meekie's again.
I got The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings on VHS.
Oh.
The animated ones. They are awful.
No.
So bad.
They're bad, but
So bad.
they are. But as a kid, I was still kind of fascinated. Like I was like, I don't think I like this,
You know,
but I'm fascinated.
The Lord of the Rings ones doesn't even end. It goes halfway through the fucking story.
Yeah,
And then they're like, oh, the rest will come in the sequel. And they canceled They never made a sequel.
Bummer.
I think it goes through like Boromir getting shot with arrows, and then it's like credits. It's like, what?
That's not the good part.
Is that how it ends? They just kill the guy? What happened to the ring? Who's the Lord of the Rings?
But I did enjoy. Again, I recognize it might not have been actually good, but I did enjoy watching when I was younger. The Hobbit one. The Hobbit one was kind
That
of
one is regarded as better, but
yeah,
still,
I enjoyed
still
that.
pretty bad. Still
Yeah.
pretty
Oh, it definitely was. But it was so another world to me as a kid. So I really like, you know, like Gollum and all that stuff in it was just like, whoa, what is all this?
Appreciate what they're going for.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I can appreciate what they were going for.
Yeah.
So you got that. You got Spriggan. Johnny, what's another anime that they gotta watch? They've already seen Perfect Blue.
What's my 5, Johnny?
Grave of the Fireflies.
You know, I suggested that because I have the Blu-ray unopened.
Is that the one that the Ava guy worked on?
No.
No.
That's Studio Ghibli, I think.
No, there was a Studio Ghibli movie that he worked on.
Oh no, he worked on Nazca.
Is that what it was?
The Iva dude, yeah, worked on.
Yeah, he didn't he animate some of the robots or whatever or something?
He activated a monster. Or
Yeah.
animated a monster.
They gotta watch Nazca.
But yeah, you said that on the Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah, and I actually got a lot of. I thought people would. I've always heard it's hella sad.
Oh.
I have not seen it. But actually, in suggesting that, I got a lot of people going, don't, just don't.
Okay.
I was surprised. A lot of people
Thank you.
Thank
you, everyone.
I've had, you know, my gut and like the default from a lot of people has been, you have to watch Akira. You have to watch Akira because that's like always when you bring up anime movies.
I've never seen that.
That's brought up.
I've never seen it either, but I've always wanted to.
I think I'm gonna put a on that one because I don't like it, and I know you're not gonna like it. It's gonna be both of us going. Ugh. Like I think we should find stuff.
We should pick a show.
Well, I
want to.
No, I think I'm gonna let the chat and Rocco pick these 4. I feel like I'm gonna be out of this, and then you know later on if there's like a sports month, I'll have a hand in that one.
There you go.
I'll have a hand in that.
Jinro, the Wolf Brigade.
Okay.
Gotta watch that one.
Sure. Rocco even suggested a Dragon Ball movie. Like, any of those?
Just like one of those.
Resurrection F. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was telling you, I have not ever watched a minute of Dragon Ball Z. I've not. I mean, we made those in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I know the characters inside and out
Dude,
in that
watch the
regard, but
world's
I've never actually
strongest.
watched it. The only, I think I said this before, the only Dragon Ball I've ever seen official ever is Dragon Ball Evolution. That's the only thing I've ever seen.
I wouldn't say
I was debating that though, Derek. Seriously, I think one week we should do World Strongest.
Put on
Just
World Strongest.
Basic Dragon Ball video. You don't need to know much outside of it.
Yeah. And again, I know
Goku
a lot
fights some
of the
dude.
backstory and the characters.
Yeah.
I know a lot.
I think you'd be able to pick. From what you know, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know it's I'm caught up.
I'm down. I'm down to watch anything. So let me.
But they also did that movie Battle of Gods.
Yeah.
And that is a movie that is like everyone reunites. It's after Boo is defeated.
Okay.
Like maybe a year later or something, but it's before the time skip at the end.
Before the Oop thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, because that's 10 years later.
Right.
It's before that. And it's just like, oh, it's been a year. We haven't seen each other. Let's reunite. And they have like a party and then things go south. That could be fun too.
I'm down.
We'll see.
Let me know.
But some piece of Dragon Ball, I think, has to be.
Okay, dude. Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Vampire Hunter D, I think, would be a good candidate.
All right, well, put in the comments or the chat or whatever, and let us know.
I think Sean would like Bloodlust a little bit better.
Before we should watch.
I'm an OG, 1985.
Yes, classic.
Which do you prefer, original or Bloodlust?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, original. Gotta go.
Not me. You know it's not that. Yeah. Yeah, subbed or dubbed. I
Makes
don't know.
no difference. Makes no difference.
No, it makes no difference. You're asking me?
If you care about that, you're a nerd.
Okay, well, huge nerd here. We're going subbed. Yeah.
I'm gonna do subbed and dubbed. I do the double. And if it can cover most of the screen with the subs, I prefer that. Like really big subs.
Okay, I wanted to bring up this news story. Somebody asked our thoughts on the current political climate. We're gonna get
let's get
political for a
political.
moment. I'm loving this whole who's more weird debate. I don't even care who wins the presidency. I just like the weird war.
Yeah, weird war is good.
Who is actually weird?
General L.
Is it this side? Is it that side? That's pretty weird. I think you're weird. And the latest development was they found out that Tim Walz, the vice presidential nominee.
Yeah. Endless Waltz. We could watch that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Was a big Dreamcast guy.
Yeah, I heard about this.
They found out that when he was a high school teacher, played the Dreamcast so much that his wife had to hide the plug from it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He got rid of his Dreamcast a couple of years ago, and this is how the story came out, because somebody's like, I worked on his campaign, he gave me his Dreamcast and told me that it was like a problem for him. So now he is being accused of being weird because if you're a 35-year-old man and you're obsessed with video games, maybe that's weird. So, yeah, there's a lot to think about that.
That's a lot to. I never considered.
Yeah.
I mean,
sorry to insult you guys.
You know, well,
Mr. making an hour to play video games every morning like a weird freak.
That's a weird thing to do. Yeah.
This was just something some guy tweeted.
Yeah.
He's like, I think that's weird if you ask me.
I've been loving the Weird Wars as well, too, because a lot of it is just posting a picture of someone. And this isn't weird, and it's just like a photo of a person. And it's like, I don't know what was weird in the photo. I don't know what's weird. Like, a lot of these things are just like, someone thinks someone's ugly.
It mostly comes down to that.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I think I saw a picture of J.D. Vance's haircut yesterday.
Oh, I saw that in the back of his head. Yeah.
But that's the same thing you're talking about. They're like, his haircut's weird. It just goes back and forth. Well, your daughter looks weird. Well, I don't know. He plays video games weird.
And here Austin is like, we want to stay weird. So I don't know what's going on. Keep Austin weird is their slogan, and now it's a bad thing. They should change that.
Yeah.
I think Austin's weird.
Yeah, I think Austin
has fallen.
Austin has fallen.
Cracker Barrel has fallen. That's my favorite tweet of
I do.
decade.
It's funny that I saw that thing like that. Keep Dreams 35 is weird. It's like, I don't think they realize that most people play video games, and whether it be on your phone or it's on a console or a PC, people are gaming.
I would take it even further to say I don't think they realize that the largest voting demographic after baby boomers are millennials, which are the result of the second baby boom from the 80s, and most millennials are 35 to 40 years old now, and big portion of them play video games.
Yeah, and one form or another, they're playing it.
I think it is good. It's good to alienate them, though.
No, that's it's smart.
Yeah. So to win.
That's how you win votes, is by alienating people.
Yeah.
I would argue more people at this point probably play video games than don't play video games.
Yeah.
When you think about it, between mobile games and all of the generations that have grown up with video games versus the generations that came before that, those older generations going away, most people play video games.
And
am I crazy?
I think you're right. I think, and even if it's Candy Crush, that is a video game that people play.
Even if it's the fucking New York Times mini crossword, like I like to play every day.
And Wordle.
Yeah, that's a video game. Mm-hmm. I think that's weird.
Yeah.
So whoever wins, they're gonna be weird. I think it's just been settled.
Okay, we got it. We got it figured out.
Thank God.
We're gonna have to call it the Weird House.
Oh. That you should be in marketing with me.
I don't think
You
I
wanna
can.
join
I don't
my
think I
team?
can hang with you, dude.
I don't know, man.
I shudder to think what you would rename the White House.
The Weird House.
I don't think you can say.
I can't tell you what to call it.
Laughing a bit too hard over there.
It's already weird that it's called the White House.
Oh.
You know what I mean? If you think about it.
But it's actually white though. The house is painted white. Do you have noticed that?
But
Have
weird,
you seen that
weird
connection?
vibes. Weird vibes. You know when the guy who composed the music for Power Rangers?
I don't know.
They asked him, Ron Wasserman.
Sorry.
They asked him like, there was a panel where he talked about that his least favorite song he wrote was White Ranger Tiger Power. This is like white and power are too close.
Oh, the tiger.
He's like,
save it.
it's a positive. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with the song, but I don't know, bad energy. I don't
White
like that.
Ranger Tiger Power.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like that. That's in there like that.
I read this other story today. Sorry,
No.
since we're doing a political discussion. What's
Yeah.
up?
All I was gonna say was that Power Markdown this weekend. I'm not there right now, so
You're here.
yeah. So I
Protest.
I wanted to be here.
Thank you for sacrificing.
I said I couldn't be without you guys,
Protesting.
so I gave
We
it up.
miss you as well.
Speaking of conventions, the Democratic National Convention was this week, and the CEO of My Pillow guy.
Oh yeah.
You know what's this dude's name?
Mike Lindell.
Chuck Liddell. Mike Lindell infiltrated the convention in disguise.
Oh, that's great.
Did you hear about this?
I did.
I've heard
He
of like
shaved-
eight different people went in disguise.
He shaved his iconic mustache, so he went in clean shaven, so people wouldn't recognize him. And he went in there as just your average Joe.
What's the point of going to this in disguise?
So he went there.
in there, dude.
He went there with a camera so they could argue with people.
Okay. Why?
Really great use of your time.
Yeah,
Like nobody fucking cares. And this video has come out of him arguing with a 12-year-old.
Cool.
And it's like
And he loses.
And he does. He does.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Joking.
He fucking
Oh,
loses.
no.
There's this video of
He's a
him.
pillow after that.
And he's arguing with this 12-year-old. This is like a 12-year-old. This 12-year-old makes like political content on YouTube.
Okay.
And he's arguing with him about how they discovered all these like suppressed votes from the last election. He's
Oh.
still perpetuating that the election was stolen. And the kid just keeps asking him for his source. He's like, what's your
Oh
source?
my.
And he's like, this guy said it. The kid's like, what's your source? Trust me, bro? Give me the last name of the person who said that. And he won't do it. So then the kid's like, yeah, all right, you're full of shit. And he like, wow. Yeah, so, I mean, this is the news story coming out now that Chuck Liddell shaved his mustache to sneak into the Democratic National
He
Convention
shaved his mustache.
to argue with a 12-year-old boy.
You know, he could have kept it, and I still wouldn't recognize him. So
That's pretty iconic mustache.
I know the last time I saw a picture of him, he had like bags under his eyes bigger than his pillows. Like he looked like
Is he not sleeping?
no,
well?
he looked like Paul Bearer. You know, right? Is this the wrestling guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bear when he lost a bunch of weight.
That's a good name.
God, somebody get the My Pillow guy a nice comfy place to rest his head. He's like not sleeping. All right, let's not get too political here.
We're done with the politics here.
There was another news story that came out this week I'd just like to share that in Salinas, California, a restaurant mistakenly served alcohol to a 2-year-old.
Oh fuck.
Well, okay.
Did you hear about this?
No, that's
Oh,
a-
what
that's
did
a-
they love it? Did they get
that's
loose and have a good time? What's the problem?
Oh,
Oh, it wasn't
Wine
juice.
in the cups of juice.
A company server gave a toddler at Fujiyama. It's a Japanese restaurant in Salinas.
Ooh.
We talked to the manager. He said the whole
Wait, I just wanted to get-
came from a container for cooking wine. Problem
Oh,
was
cooking.
way thrown over. She was on the wall.
Oh, damn. You got crunk.
Learned the word.
Well, she's two.
Wow. Dude.
sounded like she was drunk as hell.
I can't stand when people can't hold their own liquor.
Okay.
Like,
I don't want to make
Get
jokes
real.
about this, but that all, take out the alcohol, sounds like typical 2-year-old behavior.
Right? I think that they're just trying to build a case to sue the restaurant.
I
Yo,
think
this
so.
2-year-old, she was crawling on the ground. She was grabbing stuff, putting it in her
This
mouth.
2-year-old pissed themselves. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure
You
can.
made her so drunk, she was belligerent. She was just unruly, screaming. They ordered apple juice for her in case you couldn't get it from the store. And then the server was like, here's your apple juice. And it was wine. But I guess the apple juice was in a bottle, or the wine was in a bottle that was labeled apple juice.
Well, that's not their fault.
Exactly, dude. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Why do we got to involve the courts?
Speaking of the courts, real quick, there was an update to last week. We talked about that lawsuit against Disney.
Yeah.
For the person who
I was told there wasn't something in the food.
Whatever they were allergic to, and there was, and so they were suing Disney, and then Disney retaliated with the.
You signed up for Disney Plus defense.
Yeah. The free trial you got said you can't litigate or whatever. Anyway, yeah. So they, which let me just say too, I knew it was going to happen. I knew going into it, but I had more info on that case.
Oh.
Last week when I shared it, I said, that it wasn't a Disney-run restaurant.
Right.
God, I knew as soon as I said it. I got so many comments that were like, "Of course, Rocco's defending Disney." I fucking wasn't I have no reason to defend this fucking giant corporation.
Sure.
Really?
I just was giving the info that I saw. Okay. That's it. Anyway, they took it back this last week. The head of Parks said like, we do have an obligation for, like it's on our property and it's our obligation to oversee whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he said,
good.
We are actually allowing this to go to court.
Did the right thing.
We're allowing this to go to court to be, so we can find the right way to handle this because we want to put humanity first, or whatever.
Yeah.
But
because our PR is so bad right now.
They must have seriously gotten, for them to just go, yeah, sure, let's go to the courtroom. It must have been so bad over the last week that it's like, yo, let's lose some millions over this. Like, who fucking
They were
cares?
gonna lose that anyways. I just don't know why they couldn't do it and it wouldn't be this.
I don't think the issue was did Disney own the restaurant or Disney not own the restaurant. It was that this defense would set such an incredibly dystopian precedent that if streaming services are the wave of the future. Everybody has a streaming service, and so many companies are connected to streaming services. Fucking, do you know Chick-fil-A is starting a streaming service?
Which I'm kind of fucking hyped.
Yeah,
okay,
that's gonna be good.
So then you fucking die at a Chick-fil-A, and they're like, "Well, you signed up for our streaming service." Like it's such a nasty precedent that it was unconscionable that they would try to do that. I think that's why people were so angry.
Yeah, well, and in all honesty, that's what a lot of people were saying was like, the reason they're probably pushing for this so much is that if this does get passed, that's precedent. So that anything in the future, it was going down a very dark path.
And they have the money to push it through. It's one of the biggest, most well-funded companies, litigious machines in the world.
100%. So, anyway, so I think, I don't think they accounted for the general public to catch on to that happening. So it was like, someone needs to land on this grenade, and the head of their parks division did.
Which,
hey, no, it's fine. It'll go to court. It's fine.
I never thought I'd say this, and please don't hold this against me, and don't throw it in my face later. But shouts out to the internet critics out there.
Yeah,
you actually saved the world this time. This time you got it right.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
That's right. This time, bitching about something on the internet actually
this and the
paid
Snyder
off.
Cut are the two things that paid off. Thank you.
This almost makes up for the Snyder Cut coming out.
But anyway, so I thought that was crazy. There was a little bit of a sort of a conclusion to that, I guess. We'll see what happens with the lawsuit.
Well, this one, the baby's drunk. So now what are we gonna do?
I just was really eager to share the baby being drunk with you guys.
Yeah. We did get goodies. Is it time for are you ready for goodies, or do you want to do one more news story? Or it's a story question?
Can I say I really try to keep this to a limit. I promise.
Yeah.
I did have one quick Disney thing to say. For the first time ever, Pirates of the Caribbean, I was on it and it broke to where they turned the lights on completely, like fluorescent lights, fully lit, and some poor kid had to push my boat backwards through the ride.
You gotta do the ride backwards.
Because they were like, you're not near an exit. Like we have to get you out, and there's no way. So, I'm sitting front row, and this kid is an inch from me, just.
It's like Conan pushing the wheel.
And I'm like, sorry, I'm not lighter. But yeah, I mean, that was the weird. And then got to walk onto the town, like a pirate town. I was standing there with the fucking yo-ho guys and went through a bunch of secret back. Like I have a bunch of photos and video of the ride like that.
All right. Hold on, I got questions for you then.
Me too.
Yeah. So I need the visual map. What part of the town did they push you to and make you exit the boat?
And where were you to begin with?
It broke when I was in the prison with the dog.
With the dog.
Yeah, okay.
And then there was an exit. There's a couple boats in front of me, and they just were like, oh yeah, get out. There's a door right here, get out. And I was like, okay, so that's probably what I'm gonna do. And then they were like, we can't bring your boat forward. So we have to send you all the way back. And so we went all the way back to I would say around, it was right before the three guys singing Yo-Ho.
You guys sleeping with the pig and stuff? We got the bridge?
It's way before that. Like I went way further than that. Almost to where like Jack Sparrow's in the barrel.
Okay.
Where the women and the pirates are chasing.
Yeah.
Hats on his head?
Well, that's later. That's
where the people are chasing each other in the balcony.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Way early in the ride. So I went through like half the ride backwards.
Dang.
And then they had me get out. And then, yeah, I was there. I was able to like access.
Did you get out on the right of the boat or the left of the boat? Okay.
Left of the boat. Okay.
And then where'd they make you walk?
So then I'm just on the thing and there's a door like into a house right there, and they're like, no, that's an exit door.
It's a real door.
And they actually told me I was recording all this and getting all this stuff.
No, because I wanted to know that poor kid pushing you. Was this what he saw? Was you just like holding your fucking?
I was minimally like, sorry.
But he did know like, oh, he's fucking filming me and I'm like sweating.
They didn't care. They didn't care. And I told him, I'm like, hey, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. He was just like, he was not stoked. But
you don't say.
Once I got to the door, I was like, okay, here's this exit. I don't know where I'm going. I'm gonna exit. A woman actually went, okay. He took photos and video, whatever. If you take them where you're going now, it will be actionable. And we know about Disney's legal team, but they said they'll reach out to you. Just saying, if you post what's in there,
your annual pass and
I'm like,
up, bro.
And people around me, it's okay, just do it. What can they do? But once I got in there, it was like, oh, I'm in like an underground tunnel, and it's all staff, like cast members, whatever. It's like them getting ready for work. It's their lockers. It's like a break. I'm like, oh, it would just be incredibly rude. Yeah. It wasn't even like little secret thing. It was like, oh, I would just be an asshole.
Yeah.
It's like Mickey with his pants down.
You know what I mean? No, but it was like crazy. It was like I've never been in anything like this, so it was amazing. I went through that, and then they took me outside, and I'm like, oh, I just walked out of a show building that's not even in the park. I'm somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
And then I saw the building. I'm like, this building has got to be Indiana Jones. And there was like a big animatronic moose that they were like working on outside. It was crazy. And then I just went through another underground tunnel and came out, and it was the bathrooms at New Orleans Square. And I was like, all right, you're back. So anyway, I just want to share.
You lived your dream.
Truly crazy.
Yeah.
I'd never seen anything like that. That was awesome.
That's right. I'm happy for you.
Hell yeah.
How many people can say they rode that ride backwards?
Backwards with the lights.
With the lights on, being manually pushed.
After going so many times, it had to happen eventually, and it finally did. I think at this point, the only ride I haven't been walked out of or seen with the lights up, whatever, is actually Haunted Mansion. It's never happened to me there. I've been in a breakdown for a long time, but they never
turned the lights on. You need to get out.
But most other rides, at some point, Pirates was one of the only ones that had never happened.
Did you see Space Mountain lights on?
Yeah, because I went, the People Mover in Florida goes through it, because I don't really typically go on Space Mountain, but something had happened and the lights had come on, so I got to see it that way.
I rode that with the lights on.
Yeah,
Me too.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it was way better with the lights off.
Way better.
Isn't it? I don't know if it was you telling me this, but isn't it scarier that way? Because you see a lot of like shit right above, like, like there's gear right above your head.
I will say
like
that in Thunder Mountain, there's a part where like it looks like you're gonna get your hands covered, your hands up, but people always go like this. Like you go into the mine shaft, but you're not close. And it's like that too, right? It looks closer than it is, but it's fine.
I think it's just way more underwhelming to see how the room is kind of smaller, I think, than you would expect, and the roller coaster is just kind of like twisting in on itself, and you're like, there's not really much going on in here.
Yeah.
But when it's all dark and you feel like you're flying through
There's like
space,
space on the
it's
way.
like feels infinite.
It's awesome.
It's really interesting because Pirates, obviously, it's more impressive with darker lighting, but when the lights come up, I'm like, this is still pretty big and impressive.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones was one where when I was in there and the lights came on, it was like, wow.
Yeah, these are just small tunnels.
You're just in that ride, you're just kind of in one room.
Big room.
One room that you kind of spiral around a bunch of times, and without the lighting, it's like, a bunch of neon painted flats in just a room this big.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. But then you turn the lighting on, it's like, this is fucking cool.
The magic was gone.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at those goodies.
Yeah, let's see the goodies.
If you ever want to send us goodies, Mega64 P.O. Box 713090, Santee, California 92072.
Someone today sent us a goodie box of Japanese snacks and some apparel for Rocco.
What?
Yeah. This is from Vincent, and he came back from Japan and brought some goodies. Nothing too spicy this time. Okay. But he said for Rocco, you have some of the rarest food influencer drip from a place called Lucky Perot.
Oh.
It's a burger chain only in Hakodate. I hope I'm saying that right.
You're not.
Known for having different themes in each of their restaurants. Their claim to fame is a Chinese chicken burger, which was delish. Hope you get to go to Japan soon. Okay, so there are a bunch of snacks in here. I don't know. He says these aren't hot, and I'm seeing a piece of cheese on fire.
Plus the melted cheese.
Can't be hotter than
KFC Red Hot.
Whoa.
So there's a bunch of snacks like that. I don't think this is like a chocolate thing. Some kind of chocolate I can't read.
Guys, we're on a diet, okay?
I'll eat it.
No, you.
Guys, we're trying to get fit. We don't need to be getting
hashtag fit for RTX.
We're not trying to get chips and chocolate. Okay, could you send some vegetables?
You could
anybody?
You could send it.
Anybody out there? Can we get Rocco some vegetables, please, for all of us?
I can't even figure out. This is a Pringles, but I don't know what is the flavor. What is that?
I guess
This is a picture.
Can somebody send us some water so we stay hydrated?
I can't tell what's
Yeah,
on
what
there.
is that?
Curry?
Let me see.
Ooh, curry chips.
I can't tell what's on that Pringles.
Get that in light there.
Yeah, what is that?
No, that's the only thing. Maybe it's curry? I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't tell either.
Well,
You know what? I think it's deep. I'm going to do it.
All right, we'll do a taste test here in the interest of science.
Okay, real quick while you do open that. Damn, Vincent, you hooked it up. Here's that what was it? Hamburger Lucky Perot. The shirt on there was like a clown.
Whoa.
Okay, Derek's eating the chip.
He loves the. He is happy as a clam.
Yep, you guys are up.
All right. Could it be? What do you think it is? You know. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, it's like some sort of curry.
Okay, I'm getting more excited.
I can't tell if it's meat or fish or gravy or all of the above.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's got a beefy aftertaste.
It's cat food, bro.
Yeah, that's cat food.
It is cat food.
That's cat food.
They made cat food Pringles.
This is how my cat food smells.
Well, I said we. All right. Thank you. You know what? I'm gonna be grateful. Thank you for the experience of sending us cat food Pringles. And I'm sure all of this stuff either tastes good or tastes bad. And that's gonna be an experience either way.
Wow.
I was just joking about the vegetables and the water. I think very happy anytime anybody sends us anything. You guys rock.
Thank you for the hamburger Lucky Perot. So I don't know what this is. A box of something
Sauce
with a clown on it, but I don't know
It's
what
sauce.
it is.
I can read.
Hopefully it's like gummy candy. Is this what I like?
I don't know.
It's. Oh, we got
you
a bag.
open it and it's just a mystery packet. What is happening here?
Hold on, can I feel the packet?
Yeah.
It's liquid.
What?
There's liquid in here.
I don't know what I'm looking at. Nothing describes what it is.
What is it? Can't.
It's got a clown on it. I don't trust it.
It's a Hakodate. What?
That's what I said, Hakodate. Maybe that's how you say it. I don't know.
Oh. Oh,
Everything in
No
here
more,
might be
no more
curry.
curry
I love
for
curry.
the day.
I love.
I'm gonna try this chocolate.
I have after we try the chocolate, I have a curry story. Maybe I'll save it for the post show. But I have
All right, let me
story.
try one of these as well.
Yeah,
I'll do it
okay.
too. I'll do it.
How can you mess up
Well,
chocolate?
let's do it together because I don't want you guys to influence me. Because last time,
ready?
those Pringles were something.
Okay, the texture is looking good. Solid looking texture on that.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yep. Ready.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay,
Sounds
all
good.
the way from the other side of the world, chocolate to my lips.
3, 2, 1.
It's chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Looks
a
good.
crunchy cookie chocolate.
Yep. Very good.
Thanks, guys.
All right. That washed away the dirt or the cat food chips.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's like a crispy wafer covered in chocolate.
That was good. That was good.
good.
Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Come visit us at PAX if you're in the Seattle area. We'd love to see you. We're gonna be on the Sky Bridge again.
We're on the Sky Bridge. I might be wrong, but I think we're on the Sky Bridge. The one game I want to play at this show is that Astrobot game, the PS5 game.
Yeah.
I think it's us and them on the Sky Bridge. Perfect. So come, if you're gonna play Astrobot, you might as well swing by the Mega 64.
You might as well.
Pick up. We're bringing a ton of rare stuff to our booth. New stuff, rare stuff, all the good stuff. The best stuff at the con is going to be there. So come visit us. The whole crew pretty much is going to be there. Most. And then our panel is Friday night, 8:30, I think.
Freebird Theater.
Yes. So come see our panel. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And September 23rd in Los Angeles, Mega 64 movie night. Tickets
Yes.
are on sale now. Seating is limited, so be sure to head on over to Mega 64 social media or the Lodge Los Angeles website and get yourself a seat.
Yes.
And we'll see you later. God, we love you.
What was the thought about Twinkies?
I can't. I'll tell you later.
Johnny, your thought on Twinkies. End on this. Give your thought on Twinkies and then blow us out.
They're good. I enjoy them.
Johnny, you're hired. You can be on my team. Goodbye.